When God created the earth, it was in this perfect method, in this perfect order, according to the order that God wanted. God established it perfectly. It seems crazy to think that God established it and needed man to come along and fix it. And so what I was going to say, as a second witness of the perfect order of God, if you look at the human birth rate, it is just barely over 50% male and just barely under 50% female, which works out perfectly because girls have a slightly higher survival rate, infant survival rate, than boys do. So it turns out that there is a perfect creation, a matchup. God created this earth in monogamy and established the birth rate to perfectly match that. The only way that polygamy can be sustained or justified is through disaster, mainly war. And so it's hard to understand how we would say God created this perfect order, wanted us to love one another, but made it so that there would be a lot of war. The only way it could work was with a lot of war. Like, in most polygamous establishments, it seems to me, the men with a lot of wives have to figure out a way to get rid of the other men who don't have wives because not enough girls were born to make it so that men could have many wives. And so actually David and Uriah is a good example of that. David had to get rid of Uriah so that he could have Bathsheba as a wife. Now that's just one example, but I hope the principle that I'm talking about is clear. If God had wanted this earth to be a place where there would be many wives per husband, then the birth rate would be 7-1 if men needed 7 wives, wouldn't it? So it seems to me that creation itself is another testimony of the perfection of what God established through Adam and Eve, which was monogamy.